November 1977. Across southern England, families were returning home for the evening. Then the news broadcast was abruptly interrupted. For nearly 6 minutes, the newsreader's voice was replaced by a distorted audio transmission. The speaker identified himself as Frillin, a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, delivering a calm but rambling warning to thousands of viewers. Television networks operate as closed one-way pipelines. Millions receive the signal, but no one is intended to talk back. This invisible intrusion bypassed every technical safeguard of the era. Investigators traced the breach to the Hannington relay transmitter. Someone had aimed a powerful, localized radio signal at the tower, successfully overriding the incoming audio feed from the main studio. The Frillin incident provided the first undeniable evidence that mass communication networks could be commandeered by unknown actors from miles away. In 1987, the phenomenon escalated in Chicago. An unknown intruder wearing a Max Headroom mask overrode the video feeds of 2 major stations, starting with WGN. To pull this off, the intruder targeted the station's primary transmitter, perched at the top of the John Hancock Center. This diagram illustrates the capture effect. By firing a high-power microwave transmission at the receiving tower, the pirate signal physically drowned out the station's official broadcast. Executing this stunt required extreme technical precision. The perpetrator needed specialized equipment and a clear, unobstructed line of sight to the receiver. Federal authorities scoured the city, but found nothing. Because analog signals leave no digital footprint, the hijackers remain unidentified decades later. While pranksters hijacked local television for brief moments of chaos, other operators took a different approach. They didn't need to steal a frequency because they already controlled it, broadcasting in the shadows for years. This animation demonstrates shortwave radio propagation. By bouncing signals off the Earth's ionosphere, a single transmitter can reach receiving stations across entire continents. Tuning into these frequencies reveals number stations. Broadcasters like Russia's UVB-76 or Iran's V-32 transmit repetitive buzzes, occasionally interrupted by a synthesized voice reading strings of numbers. Intelligence analysts trace these to government agencies issuing encrypted orders. Using untraceable one-time pads, they pass directives to operatives scattered around the globe. Standard consumer radios provide the receiving agents with plausible deniability. The senders stay hidden in the background, ensuring secure communication without relying on any internet infrastructure. As broadcasting evolved, massive analog transmission towers were integrated into internet-connected digital networks. This shift moved the point of vulnerability from physical radio waves to remote software access. On February 11, 2013, regular programming on several television channels was cut off by the emergency alert system, issuing a warning that bodies of the dead were rising and attacking the living. Looking at this map, we can see the scope of the intrusion. The exact same alert triggered simultaneously across local stations in Montana, Michigan, and New Mexico. Modern hijackers no longer require massive microwave transmitters. They can reach millions instantly from anywhere by navigating through the broadcasting network's digital architecture. Forensic investigators had to determine how an outsider penetrated a federally mandated emergency network without using physical signal power. This diagram outlines the hardware architecture. Modern broadcasting coders are internet-connected appliances designed to ingest and inject alerts directly into live programming. Because these systems automate message distribution, a single compromised entry point cascades outward, pushing the signal to every downstream transmitter. Federal regulators discovered the point of failure on interfaces like this. Station operators had connected their alert equipment to the public internet, while leaving the factory default passwords intact. Accessing the nation's emergency network required only a standard port scan to locate the hardware, and a common password like admin to log in. Once logged in, the attackers issued commands that the system accepted as legitimate. The network's automation took over, bypassing human oversight and pushing the hoax directly to viewers' living rooms. The breach forced the Federal Communications Commission to issue urgent bulletins, mandating that broadcasters change credentials and patch firmware across hundreds of vulnerable units nationwide. The rogue engineers of the 1980s risked physical detection to intercept a single city's broadcast. Today's intruders operate from distant borders, exploiting software gaps with zero physical exposure. As long as critical alerting infrastructure relies on interconnected digital networks, human error in network configuration will continue to provide a path for intrusion. digital integration has increased the reach of the signal while expanding the number of ways it can be compromised. As long as these backdoors remain open, the next uninvited voice is only one unpatched vulnerability away.